Hello, one. Fucking hell. Hello, one. Hello, all. Welcome to the February 8th through 10th edition of Show Business. I am CP.
And I am Dino from the Late Late Horror Show.
And I'm Lindsey. Fucking hell. I'm Lindsey Pankhurst of My Two Cents of Nonsense.
I'm Peter from Bearded Movie Guy and The Daily Beard. There you go.
Yeah. All right. So we didn't
for
stumble
all your
too
beard
hard.
news.
I did okay. Yeah, for all your bearded needs, come to me.
All things bearded.
All things bearded, come this way.
So the weekend that was sort of predictable. The Prodigy fell right on its fucking head.
Oh man.
I don't have the place here because I only have the top 5. Lego Movie 2 actually surprised some people because it only made $34 million,
Yeah.
which apparently is a bit of a stumble. I don't have what Glass did, but I think Glass did like 41, if I'm not mistaken. I think Glass so far is the best weekend of 2019.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about
which
right.
is saying something.
Wait, say that one more time?
So far of the 6 weekends of 2019 we've had,
Yeah.
Glass is the strongest opening weekend.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's
What did you think I said?
Oh, I thought they made it sound like they made 41 this weekend. I'm like, no. They'll just say like this is the strongest weekend. I'm like, CP, I don't think that's accurate, sir.
No.
It's in first place again.
It made $41 somewhere.
Yes.
I guess the surprising news to me is because, I mean, I'm the only person who thought it wouldn't be in the top 5. Is bad news? I guess is okay news if you're Cold Pursuit making 11 million in third place.
Yeah.
Which
By the way,
interesting.
Glass made 46 its opening weekend, not 41.
Really?
6, yes.
All right.
Oh, that's
so
right. We had bets go. Yeah, go ahead.
for a family movie to do only 34, that's more. I don't want to say alarming, but that excuse me, the original was such a charmer. Like,
Yeah.
And it made almost double over the 3-day that the second one did.
the original.
The original
That's a
made
big drop-off.
69, yeah.
What month was it though? It might have been like May, June, right? A little bit more summery.
February 7th.
Really?
So, yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
Holy! All right, guys.
Not a lot of good talk coming from Lego 2, though, right? I mean, Lindsay, you've seen it, so.
I thought it was pretty good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's definitely not the first one, but you know what? It's, as far as sequels go, it's fine. It really ups the bar in the right ways. It continues the kind of existential stuff that the first one did. If existential is the right word, now that I said I don't think it is. But like you know what I mean, with like the metaphors of like the people playing with. It's like Toy Story. If instead of like a father relationship between the toys and Andy, it's like a god. It's a god and relationship and stuff like that. It kind of continues that in an interesting way. It was interesting to see how they handled getting back some of the actors that they had for the first one, because the first one had a really good cast, and it doesn't seem like as some of the actors weren't as available as they were the first time, but I thought they kind of played with it in a clever way. And there was a pretty good twist. There was a pretty good twist. I didn't really see it coming.
Just get higher and higher with your voice while you're.
I mean, for a kids movie, I probably should have seen it coming, but I didn't. So I don't know if kids will see it coming. So it's probably it's a good twist. And those kids are a lot smarter than me. It's possible.
So it's always good to twist things up with the kids. Yeah.
I don't know, it was just an infinitely creative movie, like the first one, and like just in terms of the visuals and I was a Lego kid growing up, so like I loved seeing all the little bricks and the little random pieces that I remember using for like, I need this piece to make this thing that I'm building work right, and then that would be something's hand, or like it'd just be off in the background of a scene. And like, I remember that piece.
That's your OCD coming out, right?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah,
okay. Yeah. I hear you though. I love Lego pieces.
So good.
Just
Just
a quick
not
hello.
stepping on them in the middle of the night.
Quick hello to everybody in the chat. John Collistanton, White Tim, Blu-ray
Tim?
Madness, Patrick Holmes with his typical drive-by. If I'm not gambling, he's not even here for this probably. Hello, Beth S. Hi. We're all caught up. Hi, everybody.
Beth, what's up?
Peter, thoughts? Why no much money?
Why
don't
so
know,
much money? Let's all talk like cavemen. It's not a good week for movies.
No money make much. It was not. I don't know. I'm not sure actually, to be truthful. Maybe it's just because like there was a bunch of stuff out recently, wasn't there, that like families went and saw?
Come on, Peter. You're the numbers guy. Come on.
So
well, the money did spread. Like, I mean, the week before was kind of stale, but you know, from first to third, there's pretty decent. You know, you go 34, 18, 11. What Women Want, which we're just kind of skating over, made $18 million in second place. But there is a significant portion of money in that top three that there wasn't last week. But I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Well, just new movies coming out. That's about it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're not going to take your kids to see What Women Want or Cold Pursuit, so.
Like the Lego movie was shocking to a lot of people, the first one, as far as I was concerned. Like, I thought it was going to be like, when I first heard about it, I thought it was going to be what everyone thought the Emoji Movie was. And it was. Right? Like, it's like they're making a Lego movie. It's like, that's pretty lame. It's like, and then it came out and was great, and it shocked everyone. So it's like, word of mouth spread really quickly, and the people who really wanted to see it saw it and then went and told their friends about it. But then since then, you've had like Batman Lego, you've had Ninjago, so people are now like kind of acclimatized to the, like, I think they're just kind of like, oh, we know what to expect. So I think it'll make decent money over the run. I think it's just people aren't like, I have to go see that right now.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I love about the Lego movies is like they're able to transcend like this, like, oh, we're just a marketing gimmick, go out and buy these toys. Yeah. Like how they'll be like, okay, yeah, we're toys and we're a marketing thing, but we're also like doing some cool shit, like with Spider-Verse and other things like that. They're able to take things and like next level it. They don't just rest on their laurels. They kind of push the very boundaries of the concept they're playing with to an extreme most people wouldn't even ever think of.
Yeah,
it's just good filmmaking.
Yeah,
Lord Miller bomb. Disney was stupid to fire them from Solo.
Disney's stupid to fire a lot of people. They fired James Gunn, and
I love that James Gunn is now doing Suicide Squad 2.
And they're still using his script for Guardians 3. Did you see that?
I heard that. I did hear
that. Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, and Taika Waititi officially declined to direct Guardians 3.
Smart move. It's like, because that's not his wheelhouse. His wheelhouse was Thor Ragnarok. Like, that's his awkward.
I mean, he probably would have been able to do it, but
he would have been able to do it. But everyone would have been like, "It's not James Gunn," and it's like, he doesn't need that. He's got his own thing going on. So it's like, why try and force something into like your style into somebody else's vision?
Can you pull up Isn't It Romantic?
Oh, aren't you romantic?
No. They came together. That's what I want. They came together with Paul Rudd.
They came together?
That's always a good thing, though, you know?
From 2014?
Yeah.
Amy Poehler and Paul... Why have I not heard of this movie?
Because it's the precursor to Isn't It Romantic.
Is that the one...
Really?
That everyone used to freak out about in arts group?
I wasn't in your arts group.
I remember, like, where it's Paul Rudd and like they're at a dinner and basically talking about their whole relationship, and then like, and then you find out they're divorced. Or getting divorced.
I don't know. It's a meta rom-com that like breaks the. I don't know if they break the fourth wall so much as they're just like, oh, isn't this such a typical thing for? Yeah,
they don't break the fourth wall from what I remember. I remember watching it, and it's literally like a couple talking about how they got together at a dinner to two other people, and it hits all the tropes, and it literally like, Liz, can you believe that this happened? And it like winks at the camera, but it doesn't exactly break the fourth wall.
Right.
And then you find out at the end they're like, then why are you getting divorced? And it's just like, well, we just don't think it's going to work. And then it's like, well, maybe we should give it another shot. And then it kind of ends. And it was funny, but I remember people talking about, I remember like Art's crew talking about it like it was the greatest thing ever. And
it was just art.
Yes.
Art A to Z. I thought you meant like arts like in film school. I'm like,
A to Z, like Chase.
I don't,
Ash,
yeah,
Ram, all those
Okay.
guys talk.
So I'm looking at the
Jason
cast for this
and Ash and all
movie.
those
They
guys,
come
like,
together.
best thing
They
ever.
come together.
This is an incredible fucking cast.
Yeah, it was a fun movie. I remember watching it going, that was good. Like
Okay.
it was good. It was a well-made
yeah,
movie.
it
Can I
gained
read out
more
some of these
notoriety.
names though? Like
Go ahead.
Paul Rudd, Amy Poehler, Colby Smulders, Bill Hader, Ellie Kemper, Ed Helms, Michael Ian Black, Randall Park, Jack McBrayer, Keenan Thompson, Michael Shannon, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah.
Release date though? It's pre-2010, isn't it?
No, it's 2014.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was released simultaneously to iTunes and theaters.
Yeah.
Oh, what was its opening weekend?
Well, its budget was $3 million, and its total box office run. By the way, I'm gonna go out and watch this movie. This sounds amazing.
It's actually worth seeing.
It's not terrible. It's
No.
unique.
Wait, it didn't show up on IMDb. Box Office Mojo. Let's do box.
It's very meta. It's very
Yeah,
like,
so-
wow.
I'm
I
watching
guess-
it. I'm watching it tonight.
So we have 2 and 2. This is a really strange week upcoming.
Yes.
Unless anybody wants to talk about the weekend that was. I mean, we
Wait,
didn't.
before we get
A
there,
lot of coming going on.
guess how much money They Came Together made.
8 million.
10, 30,
1.
0.
500,000.
They owe money.
No, stop it. What is it?
Nothing.
They're still paying their bills.
For the record, I had to go to the site I've never heard of before called The Numbers.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's how deep dive I had to go in order to get
Wow.
this.
with the purple banner.
Yeah.
Underground.
No domestic box office.
Wow.
None.
82,000 international,
Wow.
including domestic DVD Blu-ray sales. It's not even at 500,000. It's at 439.
But it's a good movie.
Yeah.
This is what I want to akin it to. It is the romantic comedy trope version of Cabin in the Woods.
Interesting.
Really?
You know how
Well, you
Cabin
know
in the Woods like hits
you know-
on all the points and all that kind of stuff. This does that, but it does it with romantic comedies.
All right, guys, let's double this movie's total lifetime gross this week. Let's get They Came Together to $1 million. Say it with me
If
now.
everybody
They
watches
Came
it
Together
now,
to
they
$1
probably
million.
match their fucking.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell happened to
They're
that
gross.
movie? I mean, where did they go wrong?
I think it was just,
simultaneous.
Yeah.
If it released to home media first,
Yeah.
why
iTunes.
and release
Why
date
go-
too?
Yeah.
What was the release date?
Oh, I
Lindsey?
can't. You have to give me a second for that.
Okay.
Lindsey.
So
It
so
reminds
anyway,
me of a movie I like called Mr. Right that had a very similar thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good romantic
I
comedy.
saw that a couple of weeks ago. Loved it.
So
I'm a
good.
big Sam Rockwell
Sam
fan.
Rockwell.
Rockwell
Yep,
is great.
Anna
I
Kendrick.
like
Anna
Anna
Kendrick
Kendrick.
just
She's
plays Anna
incredibly
Kendrick,
good
though.
at playing Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, Anna
And-
Kendrick. Get out of that box, Anna Kendrick. And
But
let's get into that box.
That
Wizard.
movie is very entertaining. That Sam Rockwell in that movie is super.
Be
I
safe.
love the scene at the dinner when they're going out for dinner, and he's like, "Can we just not do this now? I'm having dinner." And
Yeah. It came out
So-
June 27th, by the way, 2014. They came together.
Yeah, that's a rough time.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah, those poor
So-
people.
In case you haven't figured out where I'm going with this, Isn't It Romantic is one of the 2 movies that comes out Wednesday, and then 2 movies come out Thursday. Isn't It Romantic? And I think Fighting with My Family. Oh no, Happy Death Day. Happy Death Day and Isn't It Romantic come out Wednesday.
yes.
Rebel Wilson in a movie where it's similar. She's in a rom-com, but she
doesn't
You know-
she doesn't want to be like she hits her head, and all of a sudden she's in a rom com.
no, that's I Feel Pretty.
That's what it is. That's
She hits her head.
She
does,
gets mugged, and she pulls her purse and turns into a steel post, gets knocked down, gets knocked out, wakes up, and is in a rom com.
Dude, that's literally the opening premise
Yeah.
for I Feel Pretty.
That's
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing, except I Feel Pretty. She falls off a bike, even though I
What
haven't
the
seen.
fuck?
So, but this one, she runs into a steel pole. Guy comes up to her and goes, "Hi, I'm Steve," and she's like, "Nice to meet you." And then he punches her in the gut and tries to steal her purse, and she pulls it back and hits a post, and then wakes up in a rom com. So it's the exact same premise. You're right.
with a different tail end.
Different tail end, but same exact like how you got there. Like, at least they could have done the Shallow Hal thing and have her hypnotized. But no, she's in a rom-com now. It's like because she woke up.
Yeah. I think they even do flirt with the fact that she's not the
Hefty.
slimmest
Yeah.
of people, and people are flirting with her, and she's like, why
Why are you doing this? Yeah,
Right,
I don't understand. Right. Would you stop looking at me like that? And like, it's like, yeah, I remember seeing the trip. But yeah, it's the similar
Big
premise
is
that you're
beautiful.
All right. So I have some insight onto what's coming out when, at least for like right here in Los Angeles. There are showings on Wednesday for Isn't It Romantic, Alita, and Happy Death Day.
Yes.
So Alita's got
There's also
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah. Also, I mean, there's a Tuesday showing and a tonight showing for Alita. So,
Like
but they're
tonight?
like, yeah, but they're like just like one time, like one.
Ooh,
Like
Super chat.
I got her. Oh,
it
John
is at
Kyle-
7. Actually, guys, hold on. It's at 7. I've got to run. I'll see you guys next.
Let's keep it tight. Ooh, let's. John
Robin
Kyle's,
Hood's playing somewhere.
It's a double feature with Robin Hood. Go.
which put an asterisk on that. I'll get back to that.
Robin Hood. Ding.
John Kyle Stanton. Somebody paid money to talk.
That's why I yelled super chat.
Oh wait, I got
John
something to
Kyle
say. A
Stanton.
second. Oh, I'm sorry, CP. Go ahead.
John Kyle Stanton in the chat says, talk about being in a box, and that's Rebel Wilson. She's the same character and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A chubby girl who knows she's chubby kind of does the funny I'm a female Chris Farley. That you're absolutely right. She's
But she doesn't seem to care either. Like, she's just like, I don't know. I'll milk this as long as I possibly can.
Hey, good for her.
made me 17 years to be a fat dumbass in a movie.
Yeah, it's the thing, right? Like, it's
I'll eat
like,
all the pancakes you give me.
It's like, wait a minute, I could go work at Macy's, or I could continue playing the same character all the time, but make lots of money doing it.
Yep.
Okay, so it's not my dream job. I'm not getting Oscars, but at the same time, I'm living well. It's like,
She's a pretty girl.
I like actually Rebel Wilson. I haven't watched a lot of her movies. I haven't seen any of the Pitch Perfect things. I've just seen her like here and there, but I actually kind of like
it gets old. I mean, if you're not incredibly familiar with her work,
yeah, I'm not.
It's in small doses she's all right, but like it's the false confidence,
Right.
I know I'm hot shit, and it's just like really like that joke gets old.
Patrick Combs says she's the British female version of Chris Farley. You are correct.
Yeah. A younger version of Melissa McCarthy, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's strange that female comedic actresses.
I actually do kind of. Do you guys ever see How to Be Single?
Had to Be Single. Who's in it?
Rebel Wilson.
No.
Dakota Johnson, Brie.
Oh, I've seen
Larson.
parts of it. Parts of it.
I actually really like that movie, and I think the best parts of that movie are the parts with Rebel Wilson. I feel like her character actually really brings like the movie gets dramatically worse whenever she's not on screen because like all the other characters are just written so poorly.
Yeah, I mean, she was a breath of fresh air in Pitch Perfect. It was just like, okay, this isn't, she was a bit of a not adult, but a bit more grown up with the humor. Like it just felt a bit more validated when she was making jokes in that movie. But then they made 2 more, so
her role just.
I haven't seen any of those.
Hey, I've got a friend in those movies. They can make 1 million of them for all I care.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
you got a friend in him.
Speaking of the Toy Story, segue to Lego Movie.
Singing, Lindsey. Enjoy that edit.
Oh, I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna put a music behind it. It's gonna be amazing.
So to deviate for a split second, I saw something that isn't exactly new.
My mom.
But it's yes, I saw your mom this weekend. Not exactly new either. Burn, sick burn. So
Lindsey, you are my child. No. Oh god.
Oh guys, you can watch Canadian Bacon on YouTube for free.
What?
Goody.
What? You to do these things. It's new to digital. I think it streams now. You can rent it on your various home media platforms. Robinhood
Yes.
Watched that this weekend, and
Oh.
Did you watch
First
it,
of all,
CP?
I did. I watched it. First
Did
of
you
all,
enjoy- oh, go ahead. Yeah, you-
did I enjoy it?
Oh.
I think a lot of composers in 2018 at least owe Hans Zimmer a shit ton of money.
Oh yes.
A lot of composers so on Zimmer.
Right. So Mission Impossible Fallout is the Dark Knight score.
Yeah.
Robin Hood is the Batman Begins score.
Wow.
Well, it took everything from Batman Begins. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Also, the first half of Robin Hood is Batman.
It's Batman Begins.
Wow.
Not good. Not really good at all.
It's simultaneously surprisingly how the hell is this bad, but also like kind of fun. Like, right? It was like kind of fun for me.
Yeah, no, watching it at home certainly helped things. It was, the fact that I can, this is silly. Let me go get a drink or whatever. It certainly helped that I can just get up and, take my pants off if and when.
If and when your wife lets you.
Yeah. But
Get your balls off the seats.
Another movie where Ben Mendelsohn as a bad guy just gets wasted.
Yeah. I mean, he did the best he could, but yeah. Like his character has that scene where he's talking about how like people shoved like a broom handle up his butt or whatever when he was a kid, and I'm just like, dude, Ben, like respect for trying, but this line was never gonna work. Like
broomstick up the butt.
Yeah, it's that kind of movie.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's who directed it?
Oh, I was just looking at the name. It's Otto Bathurst.
Huh. That's strange.
He's also directed. Oh, that's interesting. He's directing the TV adaptation of his Dark Materials. A couple episodes of that. That's interesting. But he mostly does. I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that in a second. But he mostly does TV. The guy that did Robin Hood, like Peaky Blinders, Criminal Justice, 5 Days, Hustle, a lot. So he's a TV guy. So that's why this movie probably didn't work. He's a TV guy. But his Dark Materials, they adapted that as a movie once already, and it was called The Golden Compass.
Really?
Yeah, and it flopped horribly.
Yes,
the movie wasn't bad though.
Yeah, I kind of liked it. It was okay. And I read the books, and I understand why people like them. I don't necessarily think they're like a generation's Harry Potter like a lot of people do.
Did you get that there's no God from them? Is it?
What I took away from the books was they had a lot of ideas, and at the end they didn't necessarily know what to do with all of them.
That apparently was what the books were about.
I did get that, but it was more of just like, oh, we're just gonna just like a carton of eggs, just throw it at a canvas, and like they're cool eggs, like they're great eggs. They're the best eggs you could buy, and each of those eggs is very interesting. But like, maybe I should read the book too. But it was just like,
but together, not so much working well.
I was just like, okay, yeah, you can end your story like that. That's cool.
Would you say they scrambled the premise?
Maybe. I mean, it's their own premise, so
Hey, did it go over easy?
Oh, Peter!
Hey,
really
egg puns!
Thank you very much.
I am so excited.
I'll be here all week trying the quail.
Let me tell you, they really poached the plot from the Bible.
Don't.
For those of you who watch,
it's funny. I remember when that movie came out, churches freaked out because the author is apparently atheist, and like I don't know if you guys know, like C.S. Lewis, like a lot of Narnia is kind of like supposed to point you towards the Bible, and Jesus. This guy wanted to apparently do the same thing. He wanted to like tell a story that would make kids go, I don't think there's a God. I read a story once as a kid. I remember that. And so I've never seen it. I remember like a bunch of churches freaking out about it when it came out, like the movie came out and stuff. And I just don't care to see it. I have a problem either way with that. Like, it's like, but yeah, so fun tidbits about films.
I don't think kids should have that kind of. This isn't that show. Never mind.
Yeah.
So
I'm not, pushing any agenda on that. Yeah.
So
Go to church, people.
Oh, come Dino.
Oh,
Recycled Bullshit comes out tomorrow with Rebel Wilson.
Recycled.
Gag.
Recycled Bullshit 2 comes out.
Yeah,
Or, sorry,
Recycled Bullshit.
That's called
2.
Happy Death Day.
Yep. Yep. Good segue. Good
To
segue.
you.
Which, by the way, if you haven't seen the first one, don't watch the trailer for the.
I was gonna say I haven't
Right,
seen
yeah.
the first one, and then I watched. I went to see a movie. What movie did I see? A couple weeks ago, and then like watched the trailer. I was like, oh, it was Glass. When I saw Glass, and I was like, well, I guess I know who the killer is now in the first one.
Yeah,
I was like, why would you tell that in the trailer?
it's a movie that's a year and a half old. Like,
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I was thinking of watching it. Now I'm just like, do I really care anymore? So I don't know. Yeah, that's weird.
It is kind of interesting thing. Like, how do you, like? I'm just trying to think of another example. Like, they had Loki in the trailers for. Well, I guess we knew Loki was still alive at the end of Thor 2. Maybe that.
Yeah, you did.
Doesn't work.
oh, you're trying to think of
Another
trailer where they written the movie prior.
Yeah, it's an interesting conundrum. Like, you got Terminator, where they spoil in the trailer that Terminator is a good guy, but that doesn't really spoil the first one, Terminator 2.
Which is like why I was
anything,
so excited that when I showed my daughters Terminator 2, they had never seen a trailer for it and had no clue that Arnold was a good guy. And so they thought Robert Patrick's character was the good guy, and so I was like super excited. Yeah. When all of a sudden at the mall they fight and like he saves John Connor, and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yes, they didn't know."
That's
So
awesome.
confused.
Yeah, I was
awesome.
like, we're completely snowed, and they're just like, "I didn't know he was the good guy." What are you? So yeah,
cool. Yeah, it's hard to think of. I mean, there's nothing that jumps out at me, Lindsey.
At least especially because it's such an interesting. It's the trailer.
Yeah,
it's not anything about. It's specifically the trailer.
What's it called? Castaway. They show the last scene in the freaking trailer of him standing.
It's not like the sequel to Castaway.
No, but it's,
they're like spoiling.
Yeah, it is.
Getting off
is
the
strange
island.
that the timing is like I said, it's only been out a year and a half. Like if it were like Godfather 3 and they were giving
18
away
years.
Fredo's death or some shit, then it's like, well, if you didn't see it, fucking you had a lifetime.
If you didn't see Godfather 2 and it's been 18 years, you don't care.
Right.
Here's an example from a bad movie. The trailers for Crimes of Grindelwald don't spoil that Colin Farrell was Grindelwald the whole time.
I never saw it.
Son of a bitch.
Wait, really?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen any of the adult
Harry Potter. Oh, come on.
It was in my queue for tonight.
Guess I'll have to watch They Come Together.
Crap, man! How much?
Guess I'll come together with They Come Together. See,
Right
that should be the tagline. Come together with They Come Together.
Right now.
No, we know, Dino.
Yeah.
Hey, Channel Dawn Stars in the chat.
Oh, he needs some Skittles.
Roger, hope
What's
you're doing
up?
well. You need Skittles. It's going to take me a while to bring them to you, but I certainly can do that.
Roger, if I had Skittles, I would throw them out my webcam just so like it looked like I'm trying to give you Skittles right now.
Good to see you out and about, Roger. That's good. Good. Well, good to see that you have internet access too. That's nice to see.
Happy Death Day to PG-13.
Yeah, PG-13.
Was the first one PG-13?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the one complaint I would have about the original is it's a little soft, a little soft on the kills. I mean, if you're going to have somebody die 40 times in a movie, be creative about it.
The female audience hates it being a little soft, so I mean, it's...
Hey.
No.
Only some of them.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, some can work with soft.
Right.
I agree that the movie would have more bite to it if it wasn't hamstrung by being PG-13. But at least I've only seen the first one once. But when I was watching it, I was having so much fun, man. I didn't even care that the deaths weren't as like what's her face was just selling that character so well, and like
Good
just like
for you,
the movie was just so energetic, and like I don't know, I don't know, I just really like the first one.
Screw the gore.
Yeah, it was a nice change of pace. I mean, her character is deplorable for the first third, at least hour. Yeah, no, her character's a piece of shit. But yeah, but by
Great
the time,
praise.
like, there's moments where you're like, oh, I want to see her die this way. And now, wouldn't it be
Ironic.
great to see, some Fargo deaths or whatever, like her going through
The wood
a wood
chipper.
chopper. Yeah.
Speaking of which, the end of Cold Pursuit. The very end of Cold Pursuit.
Spoilers?
What about it?
Okay.
Oh, wood chipper?
Not exactly a wood chipper.
Very
Someone
Fargo-ish? Is
with
that
the-
what we're
with
thinking?
a, with a
No.
board just shoving?
Snowblower.
Oh.
Like I'm talking the very end. Something happens where
Wow.
it's just like out of
Spoiler.
nowhere. It's so it's
Spoiler
just
alert.
it's just yeah.
God damn it! So it's
was-
snowing in the movie? Shit.
No,
Dude, it's nothing but white in the movie. It's
it's a lot of white in the movie. But no, it's just very funny because it's unexpected. Because it's like we haven't really talked about Cold Pursuit yet, but it's
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
a very dark comedy, and so it's not a Liam Neeson shoot 'em up movie.
What happened?
It just ends. With
What is happening?
I don't know. Something's going on.
I'm providing musical background of from the trailer, the "Don't Fear the Reaper" for Cold Pursuit, because I haven't seen it yet. So.
Oh, he don't want to
Why?
hear anything. That's what's going on.
Also, I just like the song. I thought I knew it'd give
Peter was
CP an
saying that
aneurysm.
It was a dark comedy. That's all he was saying.
Yeah, it's a dark
Oh,
comedy.
okay.
It's, I'm not giving anything away. Like the thing I just said wasn't giving anything away. It's not like an important part of the movie.
Okay, I apologize.
It's seriously, it's not Liam Neeson. I'm just,
It's not, he pulls off his mask and it's David Duchovny the whole time.
but no, it's quite entertaining. Like I gave it
Really?
4 out of 5. I thought it was really well made. Yeah,
Wow.
it's really well made. It's not
Yikes.
it's not what you're expecting. If you're thinking it's Taken, it's not Taken. It's not anything like Taken
Is
at
it
all.
Frozen?
Yes, it's much more like Frozen than it is Taken. Minus the superpowers and the snowman. But
Right, no
But no,
snowman. 1 out of 10.
Finish your thought though, CP. Happy Death Day. You wanted to go from PG-13 to totally almost NC-17 for the second movie, right?
No, just
NC-17,
R.
that's a jump.
R is fine. Okay.
our
Sorry. Thought we'd
Well, what-
finish up that thing.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I probably
Curious where you were going with that.
No, it's just
Too many Salem movies and
yeah, no,
Serbian films.
yeah, you know what? You're right. With all the bullshit I've been soaking up the last couple of months, you would think I'd open arms welcome a
Soft
a nonsensical,
movie.
soft PG-13.
Horror.
Do you have the numbers for opening weekend, Lindsay? On
For
on
Death Day?
Happy Death Day.
See where this is going.
Dino, have you seen the original Happy Death Day?
I have not.
Oh, all right. Well,
I'm telling you
26.
guys, I'll get there.
26 million
$26.
in October. In October of what, 17, right?
Yes,
October- Friday the
13th to
13th. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember people making such a big deal about that movie when it first came out. I
It only made
a lot of
$26.
love.
It's Groundhog Day. It's nothing fresh as far as premise is concerned.
No.
Well, it's the third movie to do that, as far as I know. There's like every TV show at some point or another, I feel like, has done the time loop episode. But has there been more than 3 movies that have done it? Like Groundhog Day, Live, Die, Repeat.
Oh, Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, don't call it Live, Die, Repeat. That's not what it's
Yeah,
called.
whatever the shit they want to call that.
If you're
does
going to call
Butterfly
it anything
Effect
else,
count?
call it what it was in Japan.
Which is what?
It's based on the manga All You Need Is Kill,
He is killed.
That is
which is a much better title than
you can't
Edge of-
title a movie that.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Is it? I always everyone is always so hard on Edge of Tomorrow, but like it's a
I-
movie.
I
where-
love-
yeah,
I don't mind the title
great
Edge of
film.
Tomorrow, but it sounds very generic.
Yes.
So that's a great movie. I don't know what the
Oh, I
problem is.
love that movie. That's
Oh no,
freaking
I didn't
amazing.
mean people hard on the movie. I just think everyone's always so hard on the name. I'm
Yeah,
like,
on
it
the
makes
title.
sense.
I think the title's fine. It's just very generic sounding. But
You know-
the movie's amazing.
The movie's so good.
For as much as we talk about typecast and playing the same role in this episode, Tom Cruise, to his benefit in that movie, plays the antithesis of Tom Cruise.
Yeah, he's a
You
coward.
think he's going to be the badass, and he's this fucking he tries to get out of every little thing, and it's just like, oh my god, this is such a.
He's like, is there a way I can pass it to you? You mean like, you mean like what? You mean like sex? Yeah, we tried that. Did you try everything? Did you try maybe this in particular? Just shoots him. It's so funny. I was trying to convince my best friend to watch that movie because he hates Tom Cruise. Like, he literally hates Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah?
He won't watch a Tom Cruise movie. And I'm like,
Wow.
dude, but it's Tom Cruise and he's really good. I said, but you'll get to watch him die like 150 times. I said, this is like your go-to thing, man. You'll just like, this is like Tom Cruise porn for you. Yeah. It's like a snuff film of Tom Cruise just getting killed repeatedly in terrible ways. And he's just like, no. And I'm just like, come on, man. It's really worth it.
Oh, it is a good time.
I'm a Tom Cruise fan. I mean, other than The Mummy and some very speckled movies here and there.
Oh, you mean American Werewolf in Arabia?
Right. But I remember him as far back as from the 80s comedies called Losing It, where he goes down to Tijuana to get Spanish Fly. It's a classic 80s comedy.
Oh, yeah.
It's a classic.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Show's so street trash though. So like let's figure out where the spectrum is on classics for Dino.
Well, we're talking about Tom Cruise, so I'm saying he's
okay.
As far back as you can go.
Yeah, people are thinking of Top Gun, but go ahead.
I'm not sure if it's his first movie, but Losing it's around there.
Before or after All the Right Moves?
Before.
During.
Wow.
Was it during?
He got all the right moves.
Lindsey's in a particularly snarky mood today.
I don't mean to be. I didn't sleep very good last night. I apologize if I'm being insufferable.
You have to edit this.
I hope you sleep well tomorrow.
I hope you're just.
He's like, I'm not editing anything. I'm just gonna put
just
stuff exactly the way it is.
Roll out. Fuck it.
He's like, yeah, did I do a good job editing it? Yeah.
Oh, Lindsey, yes.
You know why he can say that, CP? Because he knows you're never gonna listen to the middle of it.
The end of every podcast episode is just me going, fuck CP, fuck CP, fuck CP, fuck CP.
An homage to how much you hate me. So John Kyle Stanton in the chat, thank you, $5. CP, in your show business, has Tom Cruise ever pitched Scientology to me? Oh, no.
Well,
and it's strange.
I'm a level 9 Scientologist.
What's that, Lindsey?
I'm a level 9 Scientologist. I just wanted to see you guys react to that.
I still don't understand what you said. You're a little.
Oh, I was making
level
a joke
9
about being a Scientologist.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm clear. I don't know whatever. It is strange that it hasn't done like some sort of propaganda version, like not Scientology the movie, but
film.
Right.
But he hasn't done the L. Ron Hubbard movie where he plays L. Ron Hubbard.
Right.
It is interesting that he hasn't done that because they keep a close tab on him.
Oh yeah,
he always has.
They would never let him do that.
Right.
Well, if not to help their
cause.
I mean,
he does enough.
Well, Battlefield Earth,
without being.
Yeah, Battlefield Earth was
screen.
pretty much that, right?
Yeah.
Like Battlefield Earth was that, but
John
he wasn't
Travolta.
involved in that. He let John Travolta take that and went, "You go ahead, John."
Yeah.
But it was based on a book written by L. Ron Hubbard, so
Yeah.
Oh, it totally was.
it's tied to it.
I have to
It's
see
disturbing that here in LA, there's a church, a Scientology church that's like the size of like a football stadium,
Yeah.
and the street it's on is named L. Ron Hubbard Way.
Yeah, they did that. Yeah, they have a lot of power, man. They
have a lot of power.
they got a lot of money.
They were super happy when they got.
They got people behind fences.
That's it.
They got super happy because like they didn't want to be a church, but then they realized they could get tax benefits, and then it was like we're not a church. Wait a minute, we can get tax. We're a church.
Yeah, we won't talk religion.
Yes,
yeah,
John, we don't talk real life bullshit. But yes, no Scientology pitches. Wednesday. So Happy Death Day to You is Wednesday. Isn't it Romantic is Wednesday? And
Yes.
what?
Alita
is technically tonight. technically?
Well, there's like one screening tonight within 15 miles of my house here in LA, and there's one screening tomorrow within 15 miles of my house. That's it. So like, who knows? So it's probably like one screening at specific theaters in certain cities.
Yeah. So this opening weekend bullshit, I guess, isn't important to these people anymore.
I guess not. Yeah. Or I mean, they're trying to look for excuses to inflate the numbers.
Mm.
Yeah, because what are they going for? Highest grossing one show on a Monday in February? Because congratulations, you did it.
Maybe, or maybe they're just trying to inflate the total box office, not necessarily the opening weekend. Maybe they're trying to circumvent everything matters on the opening weekend.
Yeah, I'm encouraging something like that, but it's just, and then Fighting with My Family, I guess, is Thursday.
Which I'm not excited for. Are you guys excited for that?
Yeah, no, we had passes 2 weeks ago for a screener and didn't go.
No. I remember seeing a trailer for it like a year ago, it feels like.
Yeah.
And like, so it's been a movie that they've had basically on a shelf for quite a while and not know what to do with it. And finally went, you know what? We'll throw it out in February because that's a good time. And, so.
Up against 3 other movies.
Three other movies that's like, maybe, like, I don't know. I'd be interested to see if that was scheduled this weekend before Battle, like, Elite Angel got moved. Because that was originally going up against...
Yeah, Alita was originally in December. Fighting with My Family was originally March. They pushed Fighting with My Family up. And then Alita back. So the weekend got really cluttered really quick.
Really fast, yeah.
There's... What comes out next weekend that's got the whole weekend to itself, something...
Wait, are we sure Fighting with My Family comes out this weekend?
No.
Because I'm looking at
the 22nd?
I don't think it does. I think it comes out next weekend.
So it comes out here, the 14th. Box Office Mojo said the 14th. And Dino said the same thing before we went live, that it...
22nd was a couple...
Yeah, so it might be limited with benefits this week.
But it's not showing up... Okay, whoa. In Los Angeles, it's only playing at the ArcLight Hollywood in the Century City Theater.
So it could be limited.
Yeah, it's very limited, yeah.
Probably what's going on there, yeah.
It's like
all right, so
13 and 20 miles away from my house.
So maybe this is literally going to be one of those, we're just going to release it so we can just get it out there so that we can then sell it to Netflix.
Well, I think there's a lot going on with The Rock, and he's embarrassed of this, and he doesn't want.
He's in it. He's all over the trailer.
Well, downfall of his career.
So he's
got the TV series going on, which is oh my god, and now this.
No.
Bye, Rock. Okay, go ahead.
Let me interject here with the problem of this movie is before it got released. So it's about Paige, the female wrestler.
Right.
WWE is trying to release a female wrestling version of Rocky. While they were in production of this film, a shit ton of sex tapes and whatever got released from her personal collection or whatever.
Oh shit!
And kind of put a damper. Paige.
Oh, okay.
You can look it up later.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta write that down. Sorry.
My uncle's got plenty of it. Trust me.
I'm joking, guys.
I know.
So yeah, that kind of got them a little nervous about things. They weren't pushing it so hard. So that might have something to do with it. She's not technically wrestling anymore either.
I was gonna say, is she currently wrestling?
Right. So there's a couple of
only in the bed. Boom, boom. Oh.
Hey. Yes, there's a couple of factors that play into why they're not pushing this that hard.
Yeah. So it's basically getting a release because they need to release it eventually.
Yeah, there's
it'll
big
just
names
go away.
behind it too. Stephen Merchant directed this, wrote it.
Nick Frost is in it.
Nick Frost is in it. Yeah, it's not anything to sneeze at, but it's just unfortunate circumstances that surround this movie.
Yeah. It's being listed as a comedy, and the trailer is not very funny.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I guess the big joke is can you smell what the Rock is cooking? good, but it goes on for like 10 seconds, and it's like, it's okay, not funny.
Yeah,
not funny.
Yeah, I saw one where she's practicing wrestling, and there's a dude that's helping her, and she's like, "Do you have a chubby?" And then steps away, and it's just like, that's the joke. Like,
what the hell's going on?
Yeah, is somebody dying somewhere?
I think it's a zombie trying to break in my room.
A tumble wash
through their drawers.
I think that's people walking upstairs in my house.
Oh, really? It's your house?
Here, watch this. Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. Wow, that's loud.
Yikes.
So I guess technically Fighting with My Family might not be worth. So Lindsey, what is next week then? Because next week I remember looking at the dates. I'm like, why all by itself?
How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh.
That's why. Because no one else wants to go against that. Yeah.
Which puzzles me even more about why Lego Movie 2 is where it is, and
I mean, it's 34 million.
It's a disappointment as far as they were concerned.
Yes, that's true.
So
so How to Train Your Dragon 1 opened to 43 million, and the second to 49 million.
All right.
That might be it. Maybe no one wants to go up against that. And like the trailers for the new one, like they're not great. They're not really sucking me in. But the trailers for number 2 weren't very good either, and I love number 2.
I remember Denmark. Denmark has it, and they've had it for a while. When I was in Denmark, they were pumping it as like February 3rd or something. I'm like, man, that's way before we get it.
They did a special screening of it here in LA like 2 weeks ago, but it was at 3 o'clock, and I didn't find out about it until 2:58. So I was just like, oh well, that's not happening.
And
3 minutes.
So the big movie of the week is Alita, and we finally get to see if it was worth. Peter, you got to unmute yourself. Oh, you're muted on purpose. So the big movie of the week is Alita, and we get to see if moving out of December was a good idea. I know a couple of our friends over in the UK have seen it. Both Luke and Brian have seen it and have nothing but good things to say about it. Rotten Tomatoes, less so. I think the score is below 50.
Good, man.
It looks pretty decent.
For a while, it wasn't very good, but 59%. So it's towing that line.
Oh, okay. So 59's a lot better than. I think it was at 40 at one point.
It was at 30 at one point, and you and I were talking about that guy's thing on Twitter. And then it jumped from 36 up to 68. So now it's down to 59. So it's kind of all over the place.
Sorry, I was just addressing the tumble drying going on upstairs. My oldest daughter was dancing in her room. She quite often does this. So I realized what it was. I was like, what the freak is that? And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. No, it's
dancing in this room.
Yeah, I called her. I was like, you gotta stop. We can hear you. Oh, sorry. So.
Oh, don't make her stop. It's just for our sake.
Yeah.
Dance away. Oh god.
So. Wait, is this the big movie for February?
It might be. Well, yeah, I think it is actually.
We might have to do numbers on this one.
I know.
Yeah, Captain Marvel's not till March.
Oh yeah, wait, no, it's not Friday. It's not Friday.
How to Train Your Dragon is the big movie for.
Oh yeah, no, How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah,
it is. It's strange. We're getting 7 releases in 5 days.
Yeah, it's weird. This week's weird. I don't know. You could have put one of these movies. Yeah. It's crazy.
Dino, what do you think about, as somebody who's not really close to the grid? What do you think of Alita and
everything I've seen of it looks damn good. I mean, out of all the movies here right now that's opening up this weekend, that one really has me excited. I mean, the animation, all of that good stuff looks really, really good. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm a little conflicted on how it's going to do, but other than that, I'm excited, man.
it would be interesting to see if it, one way or another, if it doesn't do well or if it does really well, or if it's just 16 million. Man.
Well, Robert Rodriguez rarely makes like bad movies. They're always like interesting and weird movies.
Yeah, but that doesn't always translate to success.
True. Very true.
Financial gain.
I think the most interesting thing about this is James Cameron is producing it.
Oh boy, yeah.
Like that's just it's weird. Like,
I'm
James
sorry,
Cameron
but I don't give producers any credit for anything except they're paying for something. I mean, I'm sorry.
Listen, no. I don't give many producers, right? Like I don't give producers who I don't know what they've done, right? Like I don't know what they do, but I know who James Cameron is.
So do I.
Yeah.
Right. Like so, it's different. Like when you're like. For all those years when they talked about the Weinstein brothers and all that crap, and I'm not going to get political in any way. I'm just saying, I didn't know what they did. Right? Like I don't know who they are. I couldn't pick them out of a lineup. I didn't know what they did. But James Cameron, I know what he does. Like I know what he's about. So, and sadly, he's about Avatar. But it's like. Some reason he took a break from Avatar to produce this movie, so that's interesting.
A producer like essentially keeps the director in line and makes sure that they have the things that they need, and tells them that you're spending a little much. We gotta be on schedule for this, and
But for a guy who has 4 movies coming out in the next 4 years, all about Avatar,
I think he's also isn't he also producing Terminator? Whatever's coming out later,
whatever it's called, yeah.
Right. But yeah, I just find it interesting that he's like, "Oh no, this is worth my time. Like I got tons of crap to do, but this is worth my time."
So there's been a lot of information that he's very involved with this movie.
Yeah. So it's like that's interesting because it's again, James Cameron has a good track record of good films. He's made a fair bit of solid films. So
is he an executive producer on this?
That's the question, yeah.
Because if he's an executive producer, that means he tends to benefit from
the back end.
Yeah. Oh shit! The executive producer's its front end. It's if it makes $1, he makes 10 cents.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lindsey, what are you doing over there?
Sorry, no, my computer's throwing some weird messages at me. I'm like, what's going on here?
I hope you're okay, Lindsey.
I think I am. I think I'm in.
AI is it's taking over
He's
the
checking.
world.
He's trying to see that sex tape. And,
I'm just give me all that page.
Yeah, right as we're speaking.
It's
Let's
page
screen
with an
share. Oh, what?
No.
I'm joking. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know if there's holidays in America. If
we have no holidays here.
There's none.
There's no holidays in America.
I mean,
I meant this week.
Oh.
If there's something, if the kids are off this week, or if there's a day this week that they're off, but so many midweek. Wait, you get off of school for Valentine's?
No.
I was gonna say, shit, I'll go back to school if that's the case.
Yeah, just to get one day off. It's worth it.
The youngins are all having dates.
Yeah. Listen, that give it time that you might see that in the future.
But you going back to school, or you getting dates off?
No. People getting days off for going on dates.
Yeah.
But it's just a strange week. So we can get to news before we talk about the weekend that will be, because I don't know how to predict the weekend upcoming, because it's essentially it's 3-day-old movies. It's a really strange, like, if you really want to see.
Most people don't go see movies on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Right, but if you really want to see Alita, you're going to go see it opening. I mean, shit, I'm going to go see it tomorrow.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. We have something in Ontario called Family Day, which is on Monday. Family Day is literally like, it's on February 16th this year, and it's a day off. It's like a actual day off. So
excellent.
It's like I have the day off from work. Like everyone, it's like, unless you work certain jobs, you basically have the day off. So that's when we're going to see it as a family. So I don't know, because my daughters want to go see it really badly. So
yeah,
cool.
So I'm waiting until Monday.
Then did you get that about Escape Room?
No, say it again.
Escape Room?
What about it?
How's Escape Room doing?
Oh, I liked it. It was a good movie, and that's all that matters. We're definitely not needing to know the box office totals here.
Yeah, this show is called Show Liked It.
Show
and tell.
Escape Room sits at 14th place, and it pulled 1.5 million this weekend.
What's its total? What's its total?
54.
That's not bad.
Does it say the budget?
9.
So that's a success.
No, 9. It doesn't show the budget. Sorry.
Oh, 9. I think it was 9 million.
No,
like,
I'm not German, obviously.
Success.
Yeah, it was 9 million.
9.
Pretty quick.
Oh, okay.
There's a triple brokeem there. Sorry, guys.
So really quick, we'll touch on the news, which Lindsey, I wish I had you in my ear when I was doing the little thing on the side there. So trailers are plenty.
Something like this, CP, is this what you were looking for?
yes. Some Lindsey ASMR. Lindsey,
does that make you feel better, or does it make you feel?
Keep distracting. You're the one who has to tighten this. So, fuck. Oh, so there was a bunch of trailers. Last week, the horror community went upside down because 2 different versions of trailers released. The Pet Sematary trailer 2 came out, and it gave away way too much stuff.
Yeah, which I didn't see.
I've heard
Stay away from it.
I've been staying away from it because of that. Yeah, interesting.
Yep.
I've never seen the first one, so I don't really.
Oh!
Yeah, never seen it.
Why didn't you tell me that? I could have packaged that with fucking.
Oh my
the Friday the
lordy.
13th thing.
I've seen that.
Wow.
I haven't seen it either for the record, Peter. Don't worry.
Pet Sematary?
Yeah. No.
Holy
hell.
fuck!
I didn't watch a lot of horror movies when I was younger. I only started watching.
We're gonna have a watch party for Pet Sematary, guys. Like, wait a minute. Dino?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Isn't that like tomorrow?
No, it's not. Yet to be determined. Maybe Wednesday. Pet Cemetery trivia night, and
on the Late Horror Show, aptly timed, if you ask me. We gotta get these 2 a copy of my uncle's version and play along.
Okay, wait. No, here. So here, you guys watch Pet Seminary. Seminary.
That's about.
I'm gonna let this joke go. Let's all watch Pet Seminary.
The female animals are dead. And
you know what seminary is?
Yeah, seminary school.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say. I was gonna say. So like priests and stuff.
Yeah.
All the pets have little collars on.
Pet Cemetery on
not you, cat. You're going evil.
Next week.
Oh,
no, not next week. Next month.
I won't forgive the pussy.
Watch it 4K.
What the hell?
Oh, so Pet Cemetery.
The dogs will not forgive the cats. So I'm just saying.
Pet Sematary trailer 2 came out. Way too much information. Child's Play first teaser came out. Not enough information, if people ask.
I saw that one.
And what thoughts?
Okay. Now I've never seen the first one, but I understand. Like I've never seen Child's Play. I know. I missed a whole section of movies when I was younger.
I could have sent you a box of movies. When I
understand what the plot is of it, right? Like that he gets he transfers his soul to the doll, right? From the sound of this one, all the dolls can be controlled by one thing and stuff. So it's like because it's like Chucky's messing up everywhere. That's what it looked like. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. Is that what you got from it?
Apparently, it's like a computer
virus.
Yeah.
And like, so is it a serial killer or is it like it's just the dolls are evil?
It's crazy doll.
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
You have to be
They've
determined.
been pretty vague with it. Yeah.
Because
the original
was super vague. So
the original was a serial killer who possessed.
Yeah, who possessed a doll. Like I've seen that part. Like I've actually seen like the first 20 minutes of it. So I was just like, I was like, okay, so I get that. And so like when I saw this trailer, I was like, so wait a minute, is there a serial killer that possessed one doll, and because of the technology, he can then hack all dolls, or is it? I'm confused as anything.
Yeah.
Hey, that sounds like a way better premise than one robot doll going crazy,
going nuts.
But again, yet to be determined, I guess. But there's also Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. I mean, he can technically connect to other dolls if you wanted, but who knows?
It does sound like some it could be like Chopping Mall, which is just robots that go haywire, or it does, like somebody said in the chat, it could be Skynet. It could just be robots that say fuck humans.
Artificial intelligence in the dolls.
You can't have a bunch of Chuckies running, or buddies, whatever, running around. Okay, you need one doll that's got
it looks like
character,
they're everywhere.
You know?
Well, so you know how in Stranger Things, the first season, there's the Demogorgon. And then in the second season, there's the Demodogs, which are like little Demogorgons. Yes. So what if that's what this is going to be? So like the first one, there's like Chucky. And then eventually he gets a wife. And now in this one, there's 1,000 Chuckies.
Yeah. The wife isn't in it. Jennifer Tilly has come out on Twitter and said, I'm busy playing poker. I'm not going to be...
Good for her.
That's probably because if it's not a serial killer thing, why would she be in it? Like if it's Skynet, they don't need her. So she probably is like, oh, I didn't want to be in it. You weren't offered a role, lady. It's like no one called you.
Chucky.
I don't know.
Yeah. And the biggest trailer of the weekend, which people are going gaga over, is Aladdin.
Oh, Jesus.
So Will Smith in Blueface.
Everyone's going nuts over it because it looks awful.
Oh, Will Smith blew himself.
Yes. Yeah.
His kid
so
painted
Lindsey,
him with
shouldn't have eaten so many Smurfs, man. It was just
Lindsey sent the image, which I really wish we had to put on the screen because
is there any way we could do that?
Didn't Lindsey put it in the Skype chat?
Yeah, I put in the Skype chat right here.
Okay. Dino, if you can download that and somehow, for those of you who are listening, it's not very good looking.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, Will Smith in Blueface.
Yeah,
the Blue Genie group.
It looks awful.
Yeah,
It's blue. It's like that's
too good.
That's what it looks like. It looks awful.
What's the girl's name from Willy Wonka that had
the blueberry girl?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I'm just like looking at it, like I'm having trouble like accepting that this is for a real movie that costs more than $10.
It is funny. Like Jeremy Johns did a reaction. He goes, is this like seriously? Was this Disney just trolling people, or was this Disney going, "Yeah, this is what it's going to be like. I hope you're good with it," because it's like I don't think people are good with it.
I saw that same video. I liked how Jeremy actually pointed out. It's like people are like, Will Smith in costume but not blue.
Yeah.
I hate it. Yeah. Now like it's like now he's blue, and everyone's like make him not blue.
Okay, so there you guys go. It's all up on the screen right now. And it looks ridiculous.
I love you, Dino. Thank you so much, sir. Oh my God, yes.
It does look really. It looks really weird. Like I wouldn't have touched it. Like, I'm not Will Smith, right? Like that guy's full of charisma. I wouldn't have touched that role. Like I don't know how much they're paying him, but it's not enough.
Do you need his face though to make
I know.
it work?
They could have just used his voice with some CGI that made it less him.
And from this picture, you've got an awful lot of glitter on his chest. Yes. I'm not sure what's up with that.
He's a genie. Genies have glitter.
Come on. This is terrible.
Another complaint I've seen in such short time is that the music is different. Like,
yeah, a little bit.
I don't remember trailers for cartoon movies, but I don't remember the music being so significant in marketing for Aladdin. I mean,
but they didn't need it really. Like it was a little different back then, right? Like you just wanted to go see it because it was Disney and they're in their renaissance at that point.
Yeah, that was right on the heels of Little Mermaid, right?
Little Mermaid, big Beauty and the Beast, like that was that era.
Yeah,
right?
Like it's early '90s.
Lion King, like Little Mermaid, like Beauty and the Beast. Aladdin, that's that era. That was the golden or the Renaissance age of Disney, and it's just.
And you know what? Beauty and the Beast made a shit ton of money.
It did.
The live action last year.
It is funny though. We watched the trailer, and I went, "Is this the one? Is this the one that they spent a ton of money on?" And it's just, it's like, is Aladdin the one that gives them go? Maybe we need to stop this for a bit and because like the whole Solo thing, like they've said, I don't know if it's like I know they officially said we've put on hold all the extra movies that but have they actually put on hold all the extra, or are they just regrouping and going to do
I've
it again
heard through
later?
the grapevine that publicly they're on hold, but privately they're just
not.
moving furniture. Yeah,
right. So it's yeah,
Sounds
exactly.
about
So
right.
it's like if this bombs, right? Like Disney. Here's the thing: Disney is going to, if they even take a bath on this, it doesn't matter. Disney makes so much money.
Chugga 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 chugga
Like
chugga.
even if this bombs,
Mm-hmm.
they're still going to make more money off the dolls than they will off the movie, right? Like they're going to make tons of money off of this, regardless of the movie bombs.
I'm hoping that this one at least underperforms, and then Dumbo just flops or also underperforms to the point where Disney is just like, you know what? Maybe we need to stop doing this before we do a live-action Fox and the Hound.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Which I'd be better with than this.
Well, and Dumbo too. They're getting a live action Dumbo this year, which Burton is behind.
Yeah.
So,
and so you brought up Beauty and the Beast a minute ago, Peter. Before we get away from that, I want to. So I did not care for the new Beauty and the Beast for a lot of reasons.
Didn't want to. I was like, I really don't want to see that piece of crap.
You're the only one who had seen it, Lindsey. Go ahead.
There's some good stuff in it. I won't completely write it off, but one thing in it that just emphatically, just unequivocally does not work in that movie is the musical numbers. Yeah. Because I don't know if it was the director or the editor, but like they were so slow. Because you could tell that they were just trying to it felt like the music wasn't as fast as it should be, so that the actors moving as fast as they could would move in time with it. Like it just didn't feel right. It felt like they shot one go of it and they retooled everything to try and make it work, and it was just obvious and painful. And now in this Aladdin, there's a shot in this newest trailer of people dancing in the streets in front of an elephant, and like, oh my God, they're actually going to do the Prince Ali song.
Yes.
You kind of have to. If of all the music in that movie, isn't that the one you have to do?
Well, no, you have to do the carpet ride where it's like,
I can show you my balls.
If you're going to do it, you have to do
you got to do that one.
You have to do A Friend Like Me. A Friend Like Me and A Whole New World are the two.
All right, so now we're up to 3 songs that you have to do.
Right.
You have to do them.
But just like of
Same
all the
soundtrack
songs
for all movies. Yeah.
Right, exactly. But of all the songs to adapt, that has to be the hardest, because that entire sequence is just the genie just flitting around in a crowd and doing all this stuff. Like, I just I have no faith. I have no faith. I have no hope. I don't think they're going to be able to pull it off. And the more we see of the genie, just the worse it looks. And what made me laugh a second ago, CP, you noticed, as someone I like, Jenny Nicholson, tweeted out, Will Smith's genie is what appears in my room when I have sleep paralysis.
X-Men 96 says he really liked Cinderella. But Cinderella you can make work because make it work because it's
it's
people.
a straightforward story.
Yeah.
It's not like although there's a fairy godmother, she's not ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like she's not a genie that has to do all this. Like her magic is very easy to understand and special effects that crap. I saw that in the theater with my daughters. They liked it. They haven't seen it since. I bought it for them for like $3 on Blu-ray, and like they haven't wanted to watch it again. But it wasn't that.
Sleeping Beauty could work.
Well, they did that. It's called Maleficent. Maleficent.
Yeah,
that's what
terrible.
They did. You want to know why? Because Sleeping Beauty is boring as shit.
It is.
Fucking A, man.
Like I watched. She's taking like so Maleficent comes in, then she's basically like, oh, she's gonna. This is gonna happen to her. So she goes and lives with 3 women. And then she gets her finger pricked, and then it's like until the dragon shows up, it's boring. It really is
Maleficent
boring.
completely fucked up the dragon. Like
They could.
That was the
Snow White is another one they could technically do.
Yeah, but Snow White is like the most boring of all the boring things.
Well, you can get crazy with the dwarves. I don't know what the fuck you'd call them today, but
they call them dwarves.
You know what? They should have the dwarves. They should. You know what? They should do Snow White, but the dwarves should be the dwarves from The Hobbit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lord of the Rings dwarves. So they could get away with that crap.
Can they call them dwarves though?
If they're Lord of the Rings dwarves, they totally can.
Live action Little Mermaid. They're saying in the chat.
Yep.
Yikes.
It's called Splash. But but yeah, other than that, sure.
Aquaman.
Aquaman. Aquaman. Yeah. There's some.
Yeah.
Some
or we could just leave some things as animated and some things
I know.
live action.
Thank you, Lindsey.
I'm just, but no. Why would you want to do that when you're going to make a? Listen, I am the 100% biggest advocate for stop making your classic cartoons into live action movies. Lion King, making a live. It's not live action. It's still animated. It's just animated with CG instead of. But they're not going to, because if you put in $250 million and you give it $1 billion in return, you're going to make that investment every time.
It didn't Jungle Book do quite well too?
Jungle Book made a massive.
Jungle Book was good too.
And I thought Jungle Book was okay. I liked, I'm a huge
Bill
Murray fan. I loved Christopher Walken. I still thought the movie was okay, but if you put that movie side by side with the animated one and say, pick one to watch, I'm gonna pick the animated one every freaking time. It's just I would rather watch that. It's just it's what I grew up on. So
I remember like hints of Jungle Book. The live action, and it's like you said, I didn't hate it. It's just it doesn't stick out.
It's like I've talked to people and they're like, "That's such a great movie," and I'm like, "Is it? Is it or is it just relying a lot on what was already done, and they're playing on your nostalgia and it's just live? It's just other news to spin off of the Aquaman reference that we made. There is a spin-off for the trench-based deep sea monsters.
I heard something about that
announced. What?
From the Meg?
No, from Aquaman.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the ocean under the ocean.
Not the secret ocean under the ocean, the trench in the ocean.
My daughters make fun of that every time they hear someone talk to the Meg. They go, "Oh, there's an ocean under the ocean," and they quote you. And see, they're like, they think it's the funniest thing.
I'll take that. Thank you.
So it might be a dark movie. A dark DC movie. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Where they were going down with the flares and that was an awesome scene. That was holy crap. This is pitch black with Aquaman in it.
Yeah, and they're getting their own movie now. So
really,
DC. Maybe Disney's fucking up because they actually want to secretly buy Warner Brothers.
They've tried in the past.
Yeah,
they have. Yeah,
there was a time, and I remember thinking the only thing I thought at the time was crap. They'd own DC. It's like I didn't think about anything else. I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want to see Iron Man and Batman in the same movie. I just don't.
No, we can't have a film monopoly neither.
Wait, didn't you not see Lego Movie?
Yeah.
Because then what's left?
Right.
Paramount?
Yeah.
Paramount and Universal?
Paramount.
Universal.
A24?
Yeah.
A24, I don't think they're that
Blumhouse?
big. Blumhouse works hand in hand with Universal quite a bit.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so I don't know. Let there be competition because
I know. I'm just
Hey,
well,
there's Ghost War.
I don't want them to
Sony.
join
Get out.
It's bad enough they're going to have to try and figure out how to get X-Men in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to play together nicely. I don't want them being like, and then we'll throw Superman in the mix. Because that's going to work real well.
2018's, total gross, domestic grosses and stuff like that.
Good for remembering, Dino.
Yeah. I mean, since you guys were bringing up all the studios and stuff like that, I mean, Disney by far with $3 billion. And Universal with $2 billion.
I'm gonna let Dino finish this thing.
Okay, go.
Let Dino finish, then we'll do this.
John Kyle's in the chat. $2, thank you. Peter, is Cold Pursuit worth seeing?
Totally. I give it 4 out of 5. It's a dark comedy. So if you're looking for Taken, it's not Taken. If you're looking it's a guy who basically it's not a spoiler. His son gets killed.
Hates black people? Oh.
And no, doesn't hate black people at all.
A dark comedy.
Oh, that's the actor. Excuse me.
And he doesn't hate black people either. But that's beside the point.
Yeah.
It's just comedy.
It's basically his son. His son is killed, and he realizes that his son was everyone thinks it's an accidental overdose. He figures that it's not because of like you find out in the movie, and then he just finds one guy's name and tries to find out why his son got killed and who killed it, and it's a lot of people die, and it's a lot of people die kind of very funny. And then every time someone dies, it puts their name and their nickname up on the screen, and then it like dissolves away. So it's actually really funny. There's a bunch of interesting characters in it that are just like weird characters, but really funny. So I totally thought it was good. I give it 4 out of 5. I'd like to see it again. I think if I had a chance to watch it again, I would totally watch it again. So there's my 2 cents. It's totally worth seeing.
Has anybody seen the trailer for La Lo Jump Scare, whatever the fuck?
What is
that?
I
did not.
Yeah, apparently a trailer for Curse of the La Lo Jump Scare. I don't know if we're being trolled or what, but
I don't know.
That is news to me. I haven't seen that trailer or.
So John said in the chat that he'll go see it. So let me know if you see it, John, what you thought, so that I'll know if I steer you wrong. But I think it's actually really, really interesting and well made, and it's kind of funny, like really funny. But it's dark humor.
The name of the movie is Curse of La Lorna.
Lorna.
Yeah,
Okay.
Have not heard of it.
All right, so as you can tell, we're completely off the.
It sounds it's an interesting name.
Did anybody
somebody
get a
brought
chance?
it up.
Okay.
Somebody brought it up in Drum Dum's Scream Stream, so I'm assuming it's horror.
Yeah.
Well, it says curse in it, so it's probably.
Yeah, so not yet. I haven't seen the trailer yet. We could report on it next week. It looks like nothing but jump scares. Oh, so a modern.
So it's the Nun?
Yeah.
Hey.
Zing.
None of that. Thank you very much.
Hey.
All right, so Dino, the studios.
Don't make it
Disney
happen
gonna
out
ship
of
them
Peter.
Yes. Oh, yes. Or I'll take you to the rectory. And sorry, never mind.
My Lord.
Your shakes are going to be a rosary.
Yes.
Yikes.
Dino, please stop.
Here, take some communion.
No, just the overall U.S. domestic studio performances was Disney with $3 billion, by far outgrossing. Universal had 2. Warner,
$2 billion?
$2 billion. Yep.
Wow. But how many more movies did it take?
I was going to say, how many releases did Universal have last year?
I just
was there Fast and Furious?
No, there wasn't. Jurassic World.
That's something we could talk about.
What? Oh, the Fast and Furious.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
That looks fun.
Dr.
Right.
Seuss the Grinch. I know. It's still.
So Universal made a bunch of undeserved money last year.
There you go.
Yeah, but it made a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things. It's kind of like Harrison Ford and Samuel Jackson are the 2 biggest draws of all time. Like for their movies have made the most money, but Harrison Ford has done it in less movies than Samuel Jackson. So it's
by
like
a long shot, yeah.
But by a long shot, because he's been in the Star Wars films, and it's like Samuel Jackson's been in a bunch of big films. Like he made part of his box office counted because he was in the end scene of
Avengers,
Avengers Infinity War and stuff. But it's like he's done it in a lot more movies than Harrison Ford has.
And just rounding out real quick, Warner Brothers was right after Universal with $2 billion, pretty much 2, just came right under them. Sony $1.2 billion, Fox pretty much $1 billion, and Paramount with $757 million. So Paramount's dropping off the. What happened?
Bumblebee.
Now that Fox is owned by Disney, right? What I'd love to see, my number one request if I had someone's ear at that place would be like, okay, listen, you're going to start making some superhero film crossovers with properties from Fox, but they're going to be like one-offs that are completely like never have sequels, just one movies. I want Xenomorphs to show up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh. Fuck that. Have them go into Star Wars.
No, I don't want them in Star Wars. I really don't. I just want them to show up in.
You know what? It's not
I want
a bad
Iron
idea.
Man and I want the Avengers to go versus Xenomorphs. I think
Yo,
just
I want
do it as a
super-
one-off.
Tie Xenomorphs into Boba Fett somehow.
Yeah, you could do
You get an
that.
R-rated fucking
Xenofett.
Yo,
Hell yeah.
yo.
Yeah. But yeah, you could do crap like that. Like just-
Overboard.
you make
Have
it clear. Like you
Superman.
even give it a title like else. Like DC has these things I've talked about before where they're called Elseworlds. So it's like where Batman becomes a Green Lantern and Superman crashes in Russia.
What if?
And
yeah.
so he's raised by Russia instead, like, and he's like the champion of the state. So yeah, Predator versus Iron Man. Come on, right there. It's like, it's just like, make it that, like, make it known that look, this is a single thing that has no connection to any other thing, but since we own the titles, we're gonna make it. Like, you know, I would be so up for that.
I would be too.
I would be so for
Iron
that.
Man is called the,
Fuck it.
you know.
Heck,
I mean,
even if
take
they
care
were
of
to do
Predator.
it animated, even if they were like, you know what, we're not going to do big, sure, do it animated. Do like
They
a
have
really
fuck it
pretty
property anyway.
R-rated
like-
animated
Yeah.
Iron Man versus Predator. It's like, do that crap.
Shit, make it a straight an exclusive for your dumb streaming network.
Yeah, for your streaming service. Like, just, yeah, it's like the R-rated
I'd be down for
Deadpool
this more
versus
than
the
more
Predators
Predator movies.
versus the Aliens versus the, like, it could be so much fun. And it's like, they
Well,
own it,
Deadpool
freaking use
versus-
it.
Deadpool and Alien can technically exist together.
Yeah, yeah. So it's
Already.
like totally, yeah, they
They're
could,
both
but
Fox.
they're both Fox, but like they weren't thinking like that. You know, it's
Right.
like, but Marvel, since Marvel and Disney own everything, so it's like just freaking like start making, give some really talented directors
You know what?
a bunch of money, let them go off and do their own thing and see what happens.
If Disney did buy Warner, that's the one thing I'd be like, all right, time for a Avengers versus Justice League movie. That
Yep,
that would be like, as tired of the fucking genre as I am, I'd be like, let's go. You've got it. Let's just.
The only problem
let's
is
just
you'd
see
have everyone on the Avengers versus Batman and Superman, and it'd be over.
it. Yeah, and whoever wins, they'd be like, no, yeah.
Amen.
So fuck that shit. All right,
Yeah.
so the weekend upcoming.
Thanks, Lindsey.
we have to not to
Yeah,
not to
no,
toot my
no.
own horn. We have to
Sorry, put
talk
another
about
Aladdin
our
up there.
points from last week because I don't know what I even picked anymore.
Oh yeah, you were
Yeah, we never
completely
went over
wrong.
the
You got
points.
0 points last week.
Did I?
Peter picked Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah.
2.
No, Peter, you're well
uh,
ahead. Last
And I'm
week,
seriously, I'm not just trying to stroke my own ego. I don't even remember. Like I already know Lindsay's like, you get a point on third place, but
technically.
so what was it that we picked? Then we got points.
So Lego, everybody picked.
Okay, so
Men, what men want. 3 of you picked. Take a while to guess who didn't. Cold Pursuit, you were the only one in third.
okay,
Nobody
Damn it.
got fourth. Nobody got fourth. And fifth, Dino had Glass.
okay.
So you and
points
Dino had
himself.
the same amount of points.
Okay.
Okay. So what's the totals now?
5.83. That's you.
Okay.
To 3. That's me. To 2.83. That's Dino. To 2.33, which is Lindsay.
Okay.
You're
So
ahead
it's
by
like-
a lot. You're
Yeah, you
almost
guys-
double.
You guys are pretty close together though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's a
you're-
fight for second.
Well, hey.
So with all
it's
that
gonna
said,
take that week, so yeah.
sure. It's been a month of almost. Go ahead, Peter.
Now let's see who can get this week straight, right?
Yeah, no, best of luck.
Yikes.
Because
Mm.
Yeah, now.
So I'm picking.
yeah. You can
All
lose
right.
this week wholeheartedly and still pick next week.
Okay.
You say that.
Alita Battle Angel '1.
For one is Alida.
I'm seriously doubting that. I'm for some
Really?
reason. I'm man. I'm just worried Lego's gonna beat it like by a little bit, and it's gonna.
No, I don't think so.
But I'm hoping. How many? Do we know how many screens it's on?
Nope. Just hope fucking
So, anyways,
700.
3,700. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, #1. Lego Movie #2.
By the way, again, that was good.
Frick. Isn't it romantic #3? No. Yeah. Isn't it romantic #3?
Isn't it third?
Happy Death Day number 4.
Mm-hmm.
And What Men Want number 5.
Well.
Okie dokie. Oh, I have to go because I'm next.
I'm going to forget what I picked, but you know.
Yeah, just forget because you keep getting points when you forget. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I do.
I agree that I don't have confidence, but Alita won. I'm going to say.
Say it, man.
Now, Lego 2, Happy Death Day 3. Fucking hell. What Men Want 4. And Isn't It Romantic 5. That's for you, Dino.
Oh, me next?
Yep.
Okay. I am going to say Lego 2 is going to...
Number 1?
Yep. Yep.
If you're right, sir, I totally give you credit for that because, like, I'm tempted. I'm really tempted.
Number 2, Alita, Battle Angel.
Oh boy.
Sorry. So sorry. Here, my phone.
Lego 1, Alita 2. I'm writing them down, Lindsey, in case.
I know, but just it's good to have some copies. The aliens from Galaxy Quest.
Dino. Number 3.
Number 3 is going to
Prodigy.
be Happy Death Day to you.
Dick.
I got them written down. I did a lot of homework. I had a meeting and everything. Number 4, Isn't It Romantic?
Boy.
And number 5, I got What Men Want.
Oh boy.
Yepers.
All right, Linzo.
Okay.
It's where the tide turns. This week.
You'd be a real badass if you avoid Alita and Lego in 1, 2. Just for the record.
Yeah. He'll be right up with me.
Lindsey, something tells me that Isn't It Romantic? I mean, it may be that sleeper and comes in number 1.
No.
JP, Peter, shh.
I'm gonna go ahead and put. Fuck it, let's go for it. I'm in last place, right?
By 0.5 points.
Yeah, not by
what I'm
much.
talking about.
All you need to do is pick one right by yourself, and you're fine.
Lindsey, we are all
Last
technically
place.
close, so
Yeah.
it's
We're
early.
separated by.
I'm not running
0.66.
away with it by any stretch.
He's not running away with it, but last place is hardly
It's
a thing
really
to say.
close to third
It's hardly a
place and
safe
second
thing. Yeah,
place.
yeah.
It's not very big.
0.66 separate 4th and 2nd.
Happy Death Day.
Number 1,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I really don't.
Lego 2.
Wow. No thought for Alita.
I could. Would you be
Alita
shocked?
3.
Would you be shocked if that happens?
I would not be shocked actually. Well, I'd be shocked if Happy Death Day got number 1.
I could see a scenario where that happens. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
They're like 20 million for the weekend, and
Yeah. Isn't it
Lego does like 17 or some shit. I could see that. Sorry, go ahead.
Isn't it romantic for the What Men Want 5?
Ugh, fuck, it's cluttered. It's cluttered at the bottom. All right, so if romantic comes in 5th, I'm in good shape.
Yes, you are.
Lindsey, if you're right, if Happy Death Day comes in 1st, we're gonna have some stuff to talk about because that means Alita tripped.
Who has the thing all to themselves?
So Lindsey has Happy Death Day all to himself in first. Dino has Lego all to himself in first. We're sharing Alita, Peter. Second, it's either Lego or Alita. That's two private shares. Lindsey in third place by himself with Alita. You're in third place by yourself with Romantic. I'm in fourth by myself with What Men Want. You're in fourth by yourself with Happy Death Day.
Wow.
And I'm in fifth by myself with Romantic. Everybody else is What Men Want.
Nice. So we've all got our own then.
We all got shots here of making points.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Last week there was a 0 in fourth. So
Yeah.
all you need is one minor trip up to fuck everything else up.
Yeah.
Upside is going to come in second.
Right.
It's true. Upside.
Never count out Kevin Hart, man.
Or fighting with my family somehow is on a lot more screens than we expected. And
Also opening? Didn't we determine it's not opening this? Oh no, it's opening on Thursday. You're right. No, sorry.
Yeah, like that's the thing with all of these.
Extremely limited. That's what it was. Because like in LA, it's only showing in 2 theaters that this weekend.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
Messy week, regardless, because who's to say that Alita doesn't make a shit ton of money on opening day, and then just kind of fizzles.
Yeah.
Word of mouth just annihilates it.
Although, like the 3 people I know have seen it, all liked it. Like Brian Lomax liked it. What's his name? Luke thought it was great. So
It was incredible.
Everybody who saw Mad Max Fury Road loved it. Just not enough people saw it.
yeah, it's true.
Yikes.
Mm.
I don't know if that's an apt comparison or not, but like, just,
Oh,
It may
One of
be
the best
actually.
films ever. Yeah.
so tiny bit of news that we're all over the place this week. The Oscars announced this week that 4 categories will be given out during the commercial break.
What are
And one of them is cinematography.
They're doing cinematography during the commercial break.
Editing is one of them.
live action short film and then makeup and hairstyles.
Really?
So, yeah.
Cinematography is
Going to commercial break.
Sound design and sound editing are being picked over how the movie looks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all for sound design and sound editing, although I'll be completely honest, I don't really understand the difference between the two. But but cinematography is going
Foreign
to
documentary is getting TV time.
Getting TV time, but cinematography is not.
You know what's really funny is they're doing this.
Wow.
They're cutting down how many awards they're showing.
There's no host.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So what? Wait, they've got a 3-hour time block out for all this fucking shit to happen.
They don't have a
They've got
monologue
no host.
to do.
They've got no. It's like what are you going to show? 2.5 hours of commercials and 30 minutes of awards? Like what the fuck, Oscars? Like
And how many performances by?
Five of the
usually.
nominated whatever the fucks. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all.
and they're doing this to like save the Oscars to try and get more people to watch. And you're killing your audience. No one's going to watch this shit.
I don't know. I can't remember who it was. Might have been Roger Deakins. Might have been Wally Pfister. I can't remember. It was someone big who was a cinematographer. And they went, if they don't show the cinematography, they're like, I'm never going to the Oscars again. They're like, I'm just like,
Deakins,
even if I'm nominated.
It's probably Deakins because he finally got his. He's like, all
Yeah,
right,
because Deakins
now that I
has
don't
his
need to
now,
go
so he's
anymore.
like, you know what? Screw you. I don't need you anymore. Never did, really. I'm one of the best filmmakers, cinematographers ever.
It would be
So it doesn't matter.
the best comeuppance ever would be all the cameramen who usually work the Oscars quit and nobody accepts the job. So they've got to get assholes who don't know what the fuck they're doing to work the cameras.
Can you
punish
pan
them.
in on her, please? And some guys like panning in on her boobs. It's like, come on, guys, me too. Hashtag me too. Stop it.
Isn't the head of the Academy right now an ex-cinematographer?
Maybe. I don't know.
The guy who makes that decision, I'm pretty sure, was a cinematographer.
But it might have been voted on, but still, that's ridiculous. That's a category you want to show off. Like, I understand short documentary, short this, short that. Like, it's like I still think it should all be shown, but like,
Dude, if you're
cinematography.
Audience, like how many fucking people in America have A, knowledge of shorts,
Yeah.
B, knowledge of anything?
He is a cinematographer.
He is.
John Bailey.
Jeez.
Not to be confused with the epic movie voice guy. John Bailey is a cinematographer.
Really? And he's
He
allowing
worked on Groundhog Day.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is this?
Sad.
So a cinematographer said, "Yeah, no, we don't need to see this."
Yeah.
Irony.
Wow.
What was I saying? Shit.
Oh my God! The last movie he
Who
did
in America has watched
was
any
Big
of the
Miracle, the whale movie.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, I remember that movie.
if you're trying to increase the audience, why keep things like foreign language documentary? I mean, shit, foreign language best film. I've heard of 2 of them, and I'm trying to be alert to that shit. So, I don't know. How are you increasing your audience?
Have you seen Roma yet?
I don't know what they're doing.
No, and it's on Netflix.
It's on
Anybody see
Netflix.
Green Book? Yeah.
Not yet.
No,
No.
I'm thinking of seeing it this weekend.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Our
on,
theater's doing
on Friday. I think if it's playing anywhere near me, and my wife are gonna go see it for our Valentine's Day thing on Friday. So we're going out for dinner and a movie. So.
Cool.
But I think that there's nothing else because Alita I got to go see with my kids, so I can't go see that. So I'm not gonna go see Isn't It Romantic? So yeah, and I'm not gonna go see What Men Want. So if not, I guess I might go see Cold Pursuit again.
Yeah, I see. I'm thinking that if people who are going to see either What Women Want, What Men Want, or Isn't It Romantic are going to do one or the other.
Split.
Yeah.
I might split that money.
But what the fuck? I don't know. This month's been so fucking wonky, stupid.
It's February.
Yeah.
It's
This is
February.
a traditional February, by the way. There's
This
no
is the
Black
traditional
Panther.
February. It's just there's no Black Panther just to ride the whole month and own everything. It's like there's Glass has did that for like what 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And so but yeah, there's no Black Panther that's just like, well, it's number one again by a ton.
Clutter. It's just clutter this year.
It's just a bunch of mostly of stuff that people are like, we're not sure when to release this. February sounds like a good time. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Anything coming up on anybody's channel?
Yeah, I got like a video every day on mine.
Yeah, you do.
Daily vlog.
Literally, I have a daily on the Daily Beard. I have a vlog every day, under 5 minutes, and I will. The one on the weekend's kind of fun. I did my small group, which is young guys at my church that you smile, but every time if I say 16-year-old guys, you freaking go explain. We did a dominoes thing at our church, just our group goofed around playing with dominoes and stuff, knocking them down. And I did my vlog from the church with the guys in the background, and one of the little jerks knocked down my dominoes. So we got it in slow motion. So yeah, check that out. It's quite, I think it's called Domino Apocalypse. So yeah.
That's the Daily Beard. Lindsay,
I'm planning on something for the Oscars. I'll probably try to get it out a couple days beforehand. I think it's the 24th this year is the Oscars.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that reminds me, I got to do a draft this year. I'm sorry.
I was like, are we doing the draft?
Yeah, let's do the draft. Yeah, no doubt.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Lindsay.
No, I'm just planning on doing an Oscar video for shooting it before. I was shooting to have it out before the Oscars.
Alrighty.
Wait. I'm always looking in my feeds for you, Lindsay. But you know.
Thank you, Dino.
You're never there.
The late Dino show.
The late Dino show.
What do you got, Dino?
Got Pet Cemetery.
Animal Graveyard.
Yes, trivia night coming up. I would think Wednesday night. You could always check out. Well, subscribe to the Late Horror Show. Whatever.
Fucking A. See, there you go.
Yeah. That's
Now
where you'll
you're
find
YouTubing.
everything. You know, big changes coming up in the future too. Puppets. Anyways.
Links down below.
Mm-hmm.
Links down below.
But
if you're
not puppets that are going to use silly string all over everything. It's not the same thing.
No, I've got some stuff coming in the works. But anyways, yeah. But that's it. How about you, CP? What you got going on?
My anniversary video should be up this week, and then the top 10 for 2018.
Yay!
It's over. And then what the fuck am I gonna do? Oh, then I'm gonna watch Cannibal Holocaust and make a video for that.
Yes.
I get a Holocaust some cannibals in order to celebrate the 2018 video being done.
I'm just hoping. I'm just hoping there's no fucking rape in that movie, because every one of these movies I've done has had rape, and I can
Cannibal Holocaust.
I think.
Have you never seen it?
Don't rape him.
Oh boy.
Oh my God, that was horrific.
Just eat the guy. All right.
Breaking up
But
there.
Yeah.
That was
it's
scarier
strange.
than anything I saw in the movie last year.
I can watch a movie where people die because, like, in my head, I'm like, all right, so behind the scenes, like, they're joking and, like, whatever. It's a fucking fake dummy bottom half of their body and they're cutting that up.
See
Like,
some
they're
real
having,
stuff, though, yeah.
they're having fun. But, like, when I try to put myself in the mindset of the film being made during a rape scene, like, they're not laughing, they're not having a good time, they're not like, oh, you tripped on my knee that time. Like it's just discomfort all the way around. I can't get myself to properly understand.
Whenever I
Plus,
see a
it's
rape scene
people
these
being
days,
raped. Which is-
Fictionally. Right.
But still, it's not something.
But why
it's
is it okay for people to get murdered?
It's a completely different thing, but it's not. No, they're two different actual things. It's not okay for people to get murdered. But here's
People don't complain about that in film.
No,
news.
here's why.
It's whatever burns worse in your head.
Here's
That's
why.
all. But go ahead.
Someone gets murdered, they're not around to feel any consequences of that.
They're fictional characters, they don't feel
If
anything.
someone gets raped, there's a whole lot.
Robotic
Yeah, but
Peter
you're supposed
is
to
here this
invest
week.
in these fictional characters, and then you have to invest in the fact that that person now is in fact here. Hello.
Yeah, your Skype's cutting in and out, Peter.
we can hear you, kind of.
All right,
Interesting timing, methinks.
Don't worry about it.
Whenever I see a rape scene in movies these days, I always flash back to like the talks about Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan having to shoot their sex scenes in 50 Shades of Grey and how much they hate each other and how like Jamie's like, oh, I just have to power through it, but then like freaking Dakota Johnson just like just straight up says shots of whiskey.
Oh my God!
And that's like the consensual sex scenes.
Yeah, that's
what's it got to be like for like a rape scene?
That's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll understand why. Well, I mean,
I get it.
Yeah, I
because
don't know.
there's more emotion involved with a rape scene than with a murder scene because they're, the makeup artists, everybody involved is just doing what needs to be done real quick, and I can see the difference. I really can.
So, with all that being said, be sure to have a happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Don't get raped.
Oh Lord.